drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad. If you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form, it's like there's no reason to look back. And that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself, if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem, is if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. Boom. Sup, everybody. Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything from sobriety, addiction, depression, anxiety, balance in life. My name is Avocado, Kyle Gray. We are live twice a week, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Looking so disheveled. I just got done eating after working out, so, it is what it is. All right, guys. How's everybody doing today? What can we discuss today? What can we talk about? I titled this "Depression is the thing of the past, anxiety is the thing of the future," because that's a quote that I was listening to today during this Wes Watson video, and I really liked that about depression being something of the past because your sadness of the past is depression, and anxiety is usually about the future. So I just thought that was a cool concept. Nothing more than that. How do you stay focused on working out with depression? Tavon, me personally, I just focus on the feeling of feeling really good and feeling focused on working out, and basically, getting those successes, those small successes under your belt every day, and working out is one of them, whether that is going to the gym. Me personally, I'm not going to the gym anymore because of the whole COVID situation. So all I've been doing is working out in my room and doing calisthenics and running, which actually have been absolutely incredible for me. Today, like for example, what I do is my workout routine is I do 400 sit-ups, 400 push-ups, and 400 squats in 20 minutes. I don't stop. I just do 20 sets of 20 each. That takes around 20 minutes, and then I do this like superset of curls, lateral raises, and squats. I go 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 without stopping. That sucks. That's horrible. And then I do a set of I do 5 sets of 50 push-ups, and then stiff leg deadlifts, and then I do some like ab routine, and then I run 2 to 3 miles every day. So that's what I do every single day. Some days I don't run. Like today, I didn't have time to run, unfortunately, so that kind of sucked. Backyard SLV, man. My son died in 2009. My best friend of 24 years just overdosed. I had a wife and 5 other children, and I'm the only income. So yeah, I have a few issues. Not to mention, I don't know my father. No clue. Backyard SLV. Yeah. It definitely sounds like you have a lot of compounded trauma that you went through, for sure, from losing your son to having the stress of being the breadwinner in the family and your friend overdosing. Do you want to talk about the trauma you went through? What's up, Pixie? How you doing? Mother dropped me off every chance she got. I'm about 45 minutes from OBX, by the way, in a ways. So a ways from you, this is the first time I've tuned into this particular video, but I watch you every day too. Well, that's amazing, man. This is like a pretty basic question, but I know a lot of people aren't post with this. Not SLV, oh SLY, excuse me, SLY. So it's Backyard Sly. Word up, man. Have you ever thought about going to therapy for your trauma, to help you work through your trauma? I know that therapy is oftentimes not a thing that people first think of, but to me, it was an essential tool and still is to this day of how I work through my personal stress and trauma. And I would not be the person I am today without it. And unfortunately, I've stopped going because of COVID, but I would, whenever this kind of backs off, or pretty soon, I'll probably start going back and just do like FaceTime therapy sessions. So, Banana Gang, what's up, Sandy? Good to see you in here. Miss you. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, balancing work-life is also really important too. As you guys know, I used to do visual effects. I did that for 13 years. I wasn't the biggest fan of the craft, and I kind of just wound up doing it. I worked on a lot of like big budget like Hollywood productions and Hollywood films, and it really just I just disliked the job a lot. I disliked the hours. I disliked how hard you had to work, how many hours you spent in front of a computer. I think my eyesight is just royally fucked from being inside 10 hours a day in the dark staring at a computer up close. That's why I'm always squinting. That's why I can't see. But my work-life balance used to be horrible. It used to be absolutely terrible. And that's really why I think I did a lot of toxic things. It drove me to, I think, drink. I partied really hard. You know, whenever I had free time, I was like, oh, I have free time. It means I can go get like slammed because it's a reward for working so hard. But really, why was I working hard? There was no reason why I needed to be at my job that much. It's just because they were demanding of that, so I was fitting that role when that's not conducive to my health. So I think backing off of that, and especially like nowadays, like my work-life balance is good, not only because, you know, I do what I love for a living, like this is me working for an hour, but this does not feel like work to me. This is very natural for me to do this. After this, I'm going to like premiere Ilmac versus Verb, and that's not work either. So it's like, but realistically, if you would consider my work, which I don't because I love what I do, but if you were to, I really only work like 4 hours a day, which is I'm blessed. So I definitely think finding that balance is really important. Oftentimes people aren't lucky enough to find something like that, but I think just not treating life like work only, work, you know. Artur Abo, recently I was talking to a girl through Tinder over a week, so basically I set the date with her today. As I was talking to her this morning, told her to meet at Starbucks, she agreed, then told her which Starbucks to meet at in San Fernando Valley. She went radio silent. Damn, just sucks, bro. Yeah, man, sorry to hear that, dude. I feel for you. Ghosting fucking sucks, man. It sucks when people aren't just honest about what their intentions are. Like, I mean, but then again, it's like something could happen. You know, she could have really like, who knows? Like, yeah, it always kind of sucks when you get your hopes up and you're let down, man. Like, it really does blow. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That does suck. The best work isn't work. I agree with that, Sandy. Please highlight almost nothing in life that's worth it is easy. That's very true. Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely don't think, like, I also agree with that. Like, there is definitely some times that I view people that want just an easy life and they want to just work some job and then to just, I don't know. To me, it's like, I get that because it's like, I do understand like how pleasant it is to spend time with your loved ones and spend time around like your significant other and your family. And that's amazing. That's incredible. But to me, there is hard work to do that we should all do, and that I personally don't think it's for work. I think it's on yourself. I think the hard work really comes for working through you and what makes you tick, and that's not easy. It's really hard, and it's like I struggle with it every day still. I'm still struggling with it to this very day. I'm struggling with issues that I have. You know, issues with my I still love my ex-girlfriend. I still struggle with that every day, constantly. You know, my sex addiction, alcoholism, all that stuff. You know, I still, you know, have issues with that all the time. And I think that's the hard work that I'm talking about that's worth it and that's worthwhile towards the world, you know. Takes work in relationships, friendships. Work to me is very gratifying. That's amazing, Sandy. I agree with that. Been to what I call a couple crazy houses, but I got it all figured out, man. Also been watching battle rap since Iron Battles, that guy with the long half on the street. Oh, Flames? You talking about Flames? Yeah, for sure. Flames is Flames. So you've been watching battle rap for a minute, Sly. That's dope. That's really awesome. Hell yeah. Well, that's great. You have something to escape with, and I think it's also good to note that you shouldn't be just constantly trying to escape what you're going through. It's nice to have those things that can like take your mind off things because we definitely need that at all at times, to be like, oh, I just need to like watch sports or like read a book or, go on a walk to kind of like jog your memory or jog your mind kind of out of maybe a volatile state. But I do think there is a lot to be said about really sitting in your feelings and feeling them and not running from them too. So how do you deal with stress doing a big media project? I'm putting out an instrumental album, and it's definitely stressing. The thing is, it's like I don't think you should be looking for there to be no stress in your life, especially when you're putting out a big passion project of yourself. I think that stress is going to be inherent with whatever you do. Stress is good. All stress isn't bad. Some stress is good and it's necessary, and I think it's good to feel it. I think it's good to feel nervous about something you really care about and want to do. That's a good thing to have some level of anxiety. It's a good thing. It'd be bad if you're just like walking into like a fucking huge thing and you're like, ah, whatever, this is another day. If like you're about to get married, you're like, I don't give a shit. Like, bleh. It's like you're about to spend the rest of your life with one other person and you're indifferent about it. That's a problem. So I think feeling that stress when you're about to put out your album is good. It's just about managing it and not letting it take over the production of it. And really, like, managing stress is really hard. It's not easy to do, for sure. But I think that's the main thing you can do with when stress becomes like unsurmountable and it can feel like a mountain, is to learn to eat healthy, exercise, and get decent sleep and take care of yourself. Brush your teeth, shower. I know that sounds silly, but small things that you're being kind to yourself, and that goes a long way. Just simple things like that. My tip, as long as you got some work into yourself, skills, hobby, meditation, as you do your job, personal satisfaction will come naturally regardless of salary, job, role. Totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. I still have mad feelings for my ex, but she's upset and under the impression I don't care about her because of a mistake that happened. What do I do in this situation? Team B4U Enterprises. I think the only thing you can do... Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Seriously, what the... Sorry. The stream is like dropping because my internet is being used by a bunch of people in this house. I apologize for this. It's hella annoying. But yeah, so hopefully it doesn't drop that much. Or I can just go into a different room and this will all be solved. But let me know. Maybe I could switch to a different channel and it won't be dropping. Where OBX is. What's OBX? What was I saying? I was talking about something before my... Oh yeah, about an ex. Well, I would say that my best advice is to give your ex space, because it sounds like she definitely needs space for a mistake you made. Own up to that mistake, but don't own up to it just so you can get her back. Really look at yourself, why you made that mistake, what brought forth the actions to make the mistake. Make sure you're actually forgiving yourself for making that mistake, and make sure you're ready to go forward with the relationship for you, not for her, and not because you're uncomfortable being alone. I think that's the best advice I can give. And give it some time. You need to give it some time, honestly. Honor her decision to be away for a little bit. Be as open in communications as you can be and honest as you can be. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, what else? What else is cracking? Let's see. Oh, positive mindset. So I was going to talk about that today, about overall having a positive mindset. I know that it's not easy to do that. It's really hard. Very difficult. Extremely difficult to have a positive mindset. And I think a lot of us oftentimes kind of really wait for a positive mindset to come from external forces. And that positivity is only going to come from yourself. That's you're your own captain when it comes to positivity and sailing the ships of life, the seas of life, and being positive while doing it. Amy, appreciate it. Oh, it's been 4 years since Grant died. He would have loved Ruin an Hour. Amy, well, rest in peace, Grant. I know that Grant meant a lot to you, and I know that you still struggle to this day over his passing. So I just want to offer my condolences and send you positive energy out there for that. Love you, Amy. Hope you're doing good today. I have a bad habit of withdrawing when I'm depressed and probably should reach out, but I honestly don't know how to express it properly. Like, how do you get over the awkwardness of it even? Human. So, the thing is, it's everybody feels those feelings, though. I know that it's awkward to reach out to people you care about and be like, hey, I really need to talk to somebody because I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling anxiety, I'm feeling anything. It is awkward because a lot of people just want, because they feel uncomfortable expressing those feelings too. But the thing is, a lot of you'd be surprised how many people are just down to listen to you, especially because they care about you. And they would be tickled pink to hear that you chose them to use as a shoulder to lean on. I've found that out whenever I've reached out to friends of mine. Oftentimes my friends, like, I'll say this, I definitely have grown distant from like my core group of like friends because I think that they weren't there for me when I really needed them. When I was going through this bad breakup, none of them even asked me how I was doing one time, and that definitely rubbed me the wrong way. But the thing is, that's inherently my issue because I should be the one reaching out to them and being like, hey, I'm not good. I'm not good at all. I'm super depressed. I'm feeling this, that, or the other. Can we talk about it? Can I hang out with you? Can we just go on a walk? This, that, or the other. So I think it is hard to get over the awkwardness of bringing it up. But I think the more everybody brings it up and the more everybody's transparent and honest with what they're going through, I think you'll find that it's not awkward. I don't feel awkward when I say that I'm still heartbroken, like, and that I still suffer from all these feelings, and that, like, oh, I'm sometimes not good, you know, I'm sometimes very bad, and I have suicidal thoughts sometimes, and yeah, I don't feel awkward about it in the slightest. I feel that some people don't want to talk about it, and that's fine because then I don't want to talk about it with them. But you know, it's like I have a therapist that I pay to talk to about it, and yeah, totally. But what if you don't have friends anymore and your family is horrible? Well, backyard, Sly, I definitely think that is a case of you getting a therapist. Getting a therapist is, I think, essential in your case, 100%. Because the therapist will be that person you can always talk to about anything. How do you find the motivation in anything? I'm sitting on my bed, surrounded by a mess that I try to keep cleaning and end up back in bed surrounded by it. I can't find direction or purpose right now. Neo, I think you might just be overwhelmed in general about everything. So that mess you say is super overwhelming, you know? And I think just keep doing small steps is good. Even getting out of bed and making your bed, super small steps, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, boom. Those are fucking wins you're stacking right there. Those are successes that you're stacking throughout your day, you know? Just thinking about how good you'll feel to get out of bed, you know? Of course, it feels good to lie in bed for a little bit longer than you should, but it really doesn't. At the end of the day, when I wake up early, I feel like damn, I'm like the most productive person on the planet right now. I'm up at 6 a.m. and like editing and fucking like, this just feels great. Amanda, thank you for the donation. Sending this now before I have to walk to go get my car and forget. Hopefully your car is okay. The AC should be working now, huh? But yeah, one step at a time. I deal with depression. I'm very alone. I get so down on myself and feel so alone. I get overwhelmed, and all I want to do is hide and dwell on why I have no one. I don't know how to break the cycle. Uncle Dirtnap1. I think that you in here is the first step in breaking that cycle, man. I think the biggest thing about depression is that depression is definitely a sign that something is wrong, and you need to listen to that and find out what it is. It's not depression is not an anchor that is going to keep you in one spot forever. Basically, depression is kind of a notice that something is incorrect in your life. You need to find out what it is. It's something from your past, probably something that's happened. If you say that you're depressed because you have no one, does that mean that you don't have a significant other? Well, why don't you have a significant other? Do you not have family members? Do you not have friends? Like, why? What's the reasons for that? Like just analyzing the reasons why you feel bad and finding the root of them will really help you with coping with depression heavily, for sure. It's still not fixed? That's insane. Yo, you guys want to see like the biggest apple ever? Dude, look at the size of this fucking apple. I guess it doesn't really look that big, but I've been eating like actual apples, like organic apples, and they're not this big. They're like this big. They're tiny. Like real apples are tiny. This thing is a fucking goddamn steak of an apple. I got 2 of these. It's a Mexican market I went to this morning. I was like, God damn, I had to get one. I was like, this is fucking cancer or something because it's like filled with steroids. But YOLO, huh? You only live once. All right, the stream might drop again because it's fucking going red. Let's see. Let's see if I do this. All right, that helped. That helped. You have a book for me, Sandy. It's ruinyourdaynow@gmail.com. Should I eat this apple on cam? I feel like that's rude. I always hate when people eat on cam. I'll just wait. Ruinyourdaynow@gmail.com. The apples on the apple routine. That's funny. Nah, man, I'm tiny. I'm not big anymore. I'm a little bitch. No, I'm kidding. You may also only die once too. That's hella true. Yo, like what's the abbreviation for that? That would be hella funny. You only die once. YODO. That's hilarious. I sincerely hope you can reread the comments, bro, because I really tried to reach out. Yo, Backyard Sly, like, I'm here, man. I told you I'm on meds now. I just wanted to share because sometimes it simply just helps to say it. OBX is the Outer Banks, North Carolina, the birthplace of aviation. Hell yeah. But what if you don't have friends anymore and your family's horrible? Hell yeah, man. I've read all your comments, Sly. How do you feel about saying all this? Do you feel like it's therapeutic sharing this in any way? I usually feel like it's really therapeutic sharing anything like this, when I come in here and talk. For me personally, I know a lot of people it's not, but, I do feel that way. Hell yeah, Banana Gang, we're here for you, man. 100%. It is hot as hell, Amanda. Word up. It is, and you live in the valley, so it's probably like hell out there. For real. We're allowed to be vulnerable here and safe. Sandy's spitting facts right now. You guys can literally say anything in here. Like, honestly, I told you guys all of my demons. Like, short of like some inappropriate ones, but yeah, like you guys know everything about me. Nat, sometimes just knowing someone else is here listening can be really comforting. That's hella true, Nat. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out the common denominator. I have no friends to reach out to. I haven't had a girlfriend in years. I don't know what it is about me that makes people not want to be in my life. Uncle Dirtnap, I don't think, see, that's the perspective that I think you probably need to shift. It's not what is about you that makes other people not want to be in your life. What is it about you that makes you not want to connect with people? I think that's a better perspective to take. because it probably is something stopping you from wanting to really connect with people. And it's probably, I would be willing to bet that you probably do a lot of self-isolation too, which I'm guilty of. I do that fucking all the time. I'm not a very social person anymore. Like, I love people, obviously. You guys know I love human beings. But going out and being social all the time is not my cup of tea. Unless we're talking about books and poetry, you know what I'm saying? Backyard Sly, I'm impatient, bro. Sorry, I know I'm not the only one here, but I said something about my father and mother as well. Guess you missed that. Hey, Backyard Sly, just say it. Just say what happened to your father and mother. I'm not trying to like ignore you at all. It's just the chat moves fast, and sometimes I can't read it. But yeah, just say it here again. You don't need to apologize either. We all have to best to ourselves before anything. Completely agree, Sandy. That really, really resonates with me. It's baking here in Jersey, so I can only imagine the naturally hot climate areas. Yeah. Well, I'm sure in the fucking East Coast it's like a lot hotter than it is right here. I live on the west side of Los Angeles, so I live like 5 miles away from the beach, and it's pretty cool here right now. So, but Rashad, lost mom during this COVID pandemic. It was tough. She slowly faded away. It was pretty rough. She is a fighter. I'm dealing with it slowly. It's taking a lot to go out to be normal, but therapy helps. Rashid, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that you lost your mom during this pandemic. That's really, really rough, man. It was tough. She slowly faded away. It was pretty rough. She's a fighter. I'm still dealing with it slowly. It's taking a lot to be normal, but yeah, wow. I'm sorry to hear that, man. My condolences. Have you been around your family? Have you been like helping them? Because I'm sure they're going through it as well. Neo, I'm out of bed. I'm going to put this on the TV and put the phone down and try to get this together. I just feel so stuck, and I just got a new job with better pay, and nothing is really wrong. I just feel lost. Hey, Neo, that is okay to feel like that, man. Like, don't beat yourself up for feeling like this. It's fine. It's okay to feel the feelings. The important aspect is that you're feeling them right now. That's really important, to be like, hey, I feel like shit. Instead of being like, oh, I shouldn't feel like shit. I should be happy. I'm such a piece of shit for feeling bad. Feel your emotions. You got to feel them and go through them, because that's the important part to going through the human experience, is the full range of the spectrum of emotions. It took a lot to say, but my family is my #1 support group in my life, and they will always have my back. Rashid, thank you for sharing. Rest in peace. We're here, bro, if you want to talk about anything, man. You want to open up and share your experience. Backyard Sly, all I said was I don't know my father, and my mother dropped me off every chance she got. I'm still trying to deal with those issues, but me and my wife been together since '99 and have 5 other kids. Hey, Backyard, I mean, like, so you have a wife, you have a family then? You have a wife? That's, I mean, I want to be honest with you, man. I think you're you're winning, dude. You're winning at life. You have a person that loves you, and you have children. That's incredible. I don't have those things. I don't have a significant other. I don't have children I can call my own. That's amazing that you have that. That's like incredible. I know that it's rough that you don't have a relationship with your family, with your father or your mother. And that's probably definitely where a lot of the roots of your problems come from, because our adult problems are built on foundations of childhood trauma. Rashid Wallace, you're awesome. You guys are the reason why I come here. Rashid, of course, man. I'm thankful you're in here, bro. You're the man. Thank you for sharing. And, you know, again, if you want to talk about anything, if you want to reach out to me, talk to me personally, please do that. We're here for you. Sandy, I know I got you guys. I'm grateful for Ruin Your Day. Trust me. Every single day I practice gratitude for all of you. Like, don't think a day goes by that I'm not like, I'm the luckiest person in the world. I'm the luckiest creative in the world. I have like this fan base that literally likes me, that likes who I am, and knows my darkness. You know. You're right. I do self-isolate and I do self-loathe. The older I get, the more I feel socially awkward. When I was younger, I had more friends than most people. Then something shifted. Uncle Dirtnap, it's fine to not have a lot of friends, man. You know how many friends I have? Maybe not even like, I'm talking about like close friends, like friends that I could call and be like, hey, I just killed somebody. Can we hide the body together? No, I'm kidding. Or like, just open up. Like, I have very, very, very few close friends now, if not any. So thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. So don't feel bad about that, man. Don't feel bad that you're not a social butterfly at the age of 30 or however old you are. I'm 35, man. I'm going to be 36 this year, and I have few friends, honestly. It's not a big deal. You learn to love yourself, and that's, to me, that's so much more important, is to like really fall in love with who you are. That's so much more important. We had a newbie at my therapy session the other day where we talked about how he was abusing the drugs, and then at the end of the session, he led the whole group to the restroom where he flushed it down. Wow, Alberto, that's incredible. Fuck yeah, I bet that was extremely powerful. Backyard, what about insecurity, man? I'm tatted from my chin to the ankles, and I've never been in any trouble in my life, but I get stereotyped so bad, and I'll never hurt anybody. I just love ink, bro. So what about insecurity? Yeah, man. I didn't say anything about insecurity, but I'm sorry to hear that people profile you. That's definitely incredibly wrong, for sure. We may think we're going through the worst at the moment, but there's other people out there going through worse circumstances. We must remain grateful for everything we have and don't have. It's essential. I agree with that. Practicing gratitude is super important in everything. Even when you're sad, be grateful that you're feeling this feeling, that you have the ability to feel this, that you can feel sad, that you can cry. I'm fucking jealous of people that can cry. There's one thing you guys probably don't know about me, and I'm not trying to sound like a fucking tough guy. It's actually the thing that I really dislike about myself is that I don't get tears easy. Like throughout this breakup, this past 2 years, which has been like, one of like the most heart-wrenching things that I've ever gone through. I've cried maybe like actual tears, like maybe like 2 times. And it's like it took a lot to get me there, and it's so frustrating because sometimes I wish I could just fucking bawl. Like I wish I could just like release, and this tears come out of my face, and I'm just like crying, sobbing, like slobbering, and snot coming out of my nose. I'm like, fuck, that looks like it feels great. That looks like it feels super vulnerable. So yeah, sometimes I'm jealous, but being grateful for that, being grateful for feeling depression. Like, I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive because depression is paralyzing and stifling, and so is anxiety, but feeling grateful that you can feel those things, you're human, you're like connected, you're feeling the full spectrum of your emotions. So Sandy, I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. I have no tattoos at all. My fear is fitting society standards. Yeah, that's a valid fear, for sure. Oh, asking your advice on how to deal with insecurity. What are you insecure about? Like, what would you say your insecurity comes from? Where do you kind of find it in life? Is it when you're in public? Is it with other people? Like, where do you really find it? Before Corona, I must have went 10 to 15 years without crying. Wow. Damn, that's wild. I went through a bad breakup in the same amount of time ago, and I feel the same way for a long time. And unfortunately, when I tried to reconnect a few months ago, she told me that time has passed. Shiv, were you kind of like banking on her coming back to you and you guys reconnecting and rekindling a relationship? And yeah, man, that resonates with me a lot because yeah, for sure, man. That's hard, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. I guess like one thing you can think about is that you could try to be happy that she's in a better spot now, maybe, and that she's because if you do really love somebody, you should like want them to be happy no matter what. I love my ex more than anybody ever. It's like I don't even know if I would love anybody as much as that again. But I want her to be happy, and if she's happier alone, that's great. That's amazing. Like that's why I broke up with her, even though I didn't want to. Um, and yeah, I think like being happy that somebody else is happy in life should make you smile. So please help. I have a creative block. I cannot do anything without throwing it away. I know that I cannot be who I need to be without being creative, but it is hard. Hey, Nameless One. So here's the thing about creative blocks. You need to stop putting so much pressure on everything you create to be like the Mona Lisa or the fucking like Eiffel Tower or like redefine you, because you're not gonna keep creating masterpieces. Um, every baseball bat swung by Barry Bonds was not a home run. Every game played by Jordan wasn't the flu game. Brady lost tons of games. Mike Tyson got knocked out. Everybody fails. People don't create magic every time. Electricity doesn't strike the same place every day. So I think knowing that, just do shit. Literally just do shit. Do shit bad. Honestly, like when I get a creative block, I just fucking start doing dumb stuff. I just fucking start throwing shit together and I'm like, okay, I guess this is working. And it's like not, oh my God, I'm creating the best thing I've ever created. But before I know it, I get some shit done and some shit's on a timeline and an edit, or I'm filming something, or I'm writing something, or I'm reading something and it's inspiring. And I'm like, oh, cool, this is like turning into something. So do something badly, man. Don't be afraid to do something badly. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes those creative blocks come from overworking and mental exhaustion. Step out and come back to it, or create freely without restrictions. That helps the creative juices flowing. Hell yeah, I agree with that. Overworking will destroy your creative process. No one ever highlights the downs, and the downs are what makes the highlights so high. Social media makes everyone high self-critics. Create because you want to, not because you have to. Don't live to work, work to live. Hell yeah. That's fucking really true. Don't be afraid to do something badly. Yeah, for sure. Or just do something bad. Just do something that sucks. And you know it sucks. Like, there's definitely shit I produce that I'm just like, fuck, this isn't the best, but I'm trying. You know, it's definitely like not my favorite piece of work, but I'm giving it effort and I'm doing something. I'm fucking being creative. You know, it's like not like, the thing is, it's like if you create something that isn't your best work, it's not like it's the least creative thing you've ever done. It's still creativity being exercised at the end of the day. Everything is creative. Me setting up this fucking feed, how I set this up with like me positioned this side is creative. Me putting this lower third over here with the goddamn title. Everything is creative. You know, like from the stupidest thing, how I make my bed, how I sit in this chair, what chair I choose to sit on, the tank top that I like fucking own that's too big for me now. Everything is creative. So how I eat apples is creative. I eat apples from the bottom so I can eat the whole thing because I was going to make a dirty joke, but I'm not going to anymore. But I like to eat the whole apple. So it's all about exercising creativity in every way and knowing that everything you do is creative, not just the big, big art pieces and successes of your life. And it's the individual, you. Hell yeah, Rain. Totally agree with that. I fear being judged, I think. That's it. Fuck being afraid of being judged, man. Comparison is the thief of joy. Who cares what other people think? Who the fuck cares what other people think? Because all that should matter is you and what you think about yourself. The things that people think about the art you create has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. It's them. It's rooted in them. If people saw me and they're like, oh, that guy's like he's like a lazy-eyed, snaggle-toothed fuck. Like, he films battle rap for a living, which is basically people telling each other that they'll kill each other. Like, he's a piece of shit. He's a degenerate. He used to cheat on every girlfriend he loved. He did porn. Like, all this stuff. Like, the thing is, it's like, even though those like might be facts, them judging me for those facts is a root in themselves. It's not a root in me, because I've accepted those things and I've moved through them, and I found the positives in them and propelled me to be a good person. So even like art you create, even like videos I've filmed that people are like, oh, it's not the best. Like, people say that Oasis twerk video isn't the best video I've filmed, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I fucking had a blast filming that. He likes it, and putting twerk in a hot tub with a hoodie on, in my opinion, was fucking lit. I loved that. So I don't care that people aren't like, oh, it's not like a fucking groundbreaking video with a lot of effects. Fuck if I care. Fuck if I care what anybody thinks about the art I create. At all. Doesn't matter. It matters to me. It matters to me if I like it. Do I care that people like 80s synth pop in fucking battle rap? I use 80s synth music all the time in battle trailers, and people don't say shit because it's fucking tight. It's some people might not be the biggest fans of it, and they might wish that there was a hip hop background music to it, but I don't care. I'm gonna make the shit that I think looks cool. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it all myself. The client is who's paying for it, so I'm gonna make it adequate to what they want and the audience wants. But don't fear judgment, man. I feel sometimes I love the dream, and if I did the art, I won't have the dream. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. I think you'll still have the dream if you do the art. What of an event the most proud of that I filmed? I have no idea. Illusion Z. No idea. I mean, I guess Summer Impact, maybe. I was looking at footage of that, and that still looks crazy. Backyard slide. I tried suicide once, and my wife cut the rope. Just want it out there. No, it's off subject. Just want to share for some reason. It's not off subject at all, dude. You can share whatever you want. I'm sorry to hear that you tried, but the amazing aspect is you have a wife that will straight up save your life, man. Like, again, I'm just going to say you fucking won the game, dude. You have a woman that will literally pull you away from killing yourself. Do you know how important that is? You know how many people I would fucking kill for that? Like, to have some like woman that would literally pull me down from a noose. That's amazing, dude. That's like, you should definitely count your blessings for that. That's incredible. And that's something that maybe puts things in perspective. Like, hey, like me leaving this earth would cause a lot of people pain, and it wouldn't be for the better. Maybe it would calm some immediate pain from myself, but then it would instill a lifetime of pain in my loved ones. So, yeah. What others think of me is none of my business. Hell yeah, that's a real ass quote for sure. Honestly, guys, I mean, like, you shouldn't fear judgment. I am a white guy who comes on a battle rap channel twice a week talking about depression and how I used to cheat on my ex-girlfriend and doing porn, and I used to be an alcoholic, and things that are deplorable. Like, I'm publicly saying this to the world. My parents watch this, for Christ's sake. I'm not afraid of fucking judgment at all, because that doesn't matter to me. I'm very secure in who I am, and I'm very proud of the path I'm on and the person that I'm becoming along the way. So, of course, backyard. Dude, you're lucky. You're fucking lucky, man. Kill for a person who won't allow you to kill? Hell yeah. That's dope. That's a dope quote. I think I would have offed myself in my mid-20s without my wife, and now I'm in a much better place, fortunately, but the darkness still rears its ugly head here and there. Infinity Ripper, I mean, that's amazing that your wife pulled you out of the darkness, and it's fine to feel it. It's fine to feel sad, man. It's okay. I was watching a random free beer episode and just gotta say props to Avo, you transformed. A+. Thank you, dog. That means a lot to me. Sandy, appreciate that. But yeah, I agree, A+. I watched those old free beer episodes and I'm just like, ugh. Part of me honestly wants to fucking put those on private because it's like the shit I was even like fucking advertising on there. Like, what's the craziest thing you did when you're drunk? Ugh. Like, the fact the whole reason why I did those free beer episodes was so I could use beer as a tax write-off because I have a show about beer, so then I could write off going to the bar, buying beer as a tax write-off. You gotta run circles around the tax men, guys. But yeah, I thought about putting those on private. And also, it's cool to have those because I look like fucking dog shit in those too. And it's great to just feel like I look better, you know? A lot of people care too much about what others think. It's really damaging to the psyche, and I'm sure social media isn't helping those kids grow up at the moment. I agree with that. Social media can be so toxic. I've been trying to be really fucking positive on social media. But I don't know. I've also tried to really be honest about what I'm going through too, you know. So thank you, Uncle Dirt Nap. I appreciate you, my friend. That means a lot. Yeah, it's an apple day. I got a bunch of bananas, but I'm eating hella apples. DME is live on caffeine. Who's DME? Is that the blogger? Too many kids want to portray an image of having clout and would do anything for that title. When they don't get the results, it makes them depressed and feel like they aren't good enough. I agree with that. Clout chasing is definitely a disease. Oh, DME Detroit. Mans never eats bananas for me anymore. I'll bring bananas on next time. How about that? I'll bring a banana on next time. I had a banana this morning. Do I still sell merch? Infinity Ripper, yes, but we're sold out at the moment. We're getting black hoodies in and black t-shirts in probably in a week. RYDerdie.com. And also, yeah, the apple came from the giant stage in Mario Brothers. Fuck yeah. Also, I want to talk about this. This is kind of delineating from Safe Place, so stay with me, guys. But Ruin Your Day is going to be upgrading pretty soon. That's all I can really say. So that should be fun when that happens. Wish I could donate, bro, but like I said, I'm the only income in a family of 7. But as soon as I can, I will. I gotta go. Yo, backyard, man. You just being in here helped me out so much. I hope something I said made you smile and made you kind of, look at your life in a different perspective because you have a family, dude. You're winning. You got a family. Like you won. You won the game. You won the fucking game, dog. Thanks for being in here. The more you know yourself, the more clarity is. Self-control is no end. You won't come to an achievement. You don't come to a conclusion. It's an endless river. Agree with that. Life in itself is that, huh? Right? There's no end besides when we die, but really that's not the end. But there's no oh, finally I'm here. I'm finally happy. I'm finally I'm finally married. I finally have kids. I finally have a house. It's there's still always work to do. But I think there is something to kind of having gratitude towards your achievements, right? So 79 Black Irish, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Energy never concludes. Fuck yeah, Rain. You've just been going in with the quotables today, dog. But thank you guys. It's been about an hour. I'm going to premiere Ilmac versus Verb from Bracket 3. It's a surprise because I think this will be a little controversial about who won. But thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Ruin an Hour. Apologies for the dropping in the internet and all that. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Love you all. If anybody needs to hit me up, here's my email. I'll email anybody about anything. You guys need somebody to talk to, I'm there. I got you. Peace out, everybody.